There we go. Hello and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. Can you all hear me? We are very close to potentially. I just want to make sure we're live. Can you let me know if you can hear me? I just want to make sure everyone can hear me because we had a small issue there. I think we're live. We are looking at the tariff decision. Let me go straight to it because we are moments away from potentially getting that decision. We will be watching all sources. Why has that changed? Why? I apologize. Just having some technical issues. There we go. Tariff decision. Okay, I think we're good. Let me know if you can hear me. I see. Oh, can everyone hear me? Yes, I think you can. Anyway, we're 5 minutes away from the tariff decision. Let's get straight into it. Martyn is live currently with the Bank of America earnings. So I'm sure everyone will join us in a second. So we've got the Supreme Court is set to release opinions today at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So what we're looking at here is the ruling. This is how the opinions is how you call it. I'm just floating in the air. I'm not sure what's going on. There we go. So yeah, in about 6 minutes time, we're going to get opinions if it is going to get released today. That is the time that many people are citing. Again, that is the time. If it was going to get released today, it will be in 5 minutes time. You can hear me, Mahir. Thank you. We are live. Okay, let's start again. Good afternoon and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. My name is Sensei and we are here to cover the tariffs, the Supreme Court ruling. Essentially, no one knows what day it comes out. However, there is certain points of the week where it can come out. And right now, in 4 minutes, it is looking quite likely we will get that decision. So stay with us. There's different outcomes of it. Is it going to be refunds? Can he not impose it? What does it mean for the market? Well, we're covering it all now. Everyone requested this within the newsletter. So we are doing it for you. We've also put out a very special newsletter about this. If you go to sensei.news, you can find it as well. There is a 1-week free trial, and I will put it in the first link in the description. Market is pumping. You can hear me. Brilliant. So the Supreme Court is looking to release opinions at 10 a.m. Eastern time. This is the definitive legal macro event of the year, centering whether President Trump has the constitutional power and authority to rewrite the US tariff code using emergency powers. Beyond legal precedent, this is a massive liquidity event. We are tracking potentially 130 billion to 150 billion in duty refunds that could flow back into US corporate balance sheets if the ruling goes against the administration. So President Trump utilized the 1977 International Emergency Economic Powers Act to impose 10% global tariffs plus reciprocal duties up to 50% throughout 2025. If you have just tuned in, you can do the biggest favor ever and just hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Please do take a second to hit that like button. I really do appreciate it. Let me make sure I've got this open as well. Yes, we do. We're so close to this event. I want to make sure everything is right in case it does happen. I have a feeling we will get a decision today. So he used that power to impose the 10% baseline tariff and then also increase them to up to 50% throughout 2025. The power gap. Let me tell you what the different outcomes can be. So impact analysis, 3 market scenarios. Scenario number 1, a clean strike. The ruling, the court decides IEEPA does not grant the president the power to impose tariffs. The result is the 10% global baseline and reciprocal hikes are dismantled. The market impact would be broad risk on sentiment. You might importers see immediate margin expansion and the policy uncertainty period that has weighed on retail and tech evaporates. So we would actually get I think anyway, we would get an analyst would expect a rally, quite a substantial rally. If the tariffs are taken away, that means businesses will do better and they don't have to, they can decrease their prices, no tariffs. is obviously great. But again, Trump will come back with a different set of tariffs. So initially, we could get quite a surge in the markets if the ruling in about 1 minute and 44 seconds is bullish. The status quo, this is what we expect. The court grants President broad latitude to define national emergencies and use tariffs as a tool. The result is current tariffs remain locked in, no refunds are issued. The market impact will be sort of where we are now. Defense sector might outperform. Inflation expectations reset higher as tariffs are now viewed as permanent. So not the best option for the market, but it wouldn't be an awful option. Then there's the legal split. Is a narrow decision. The court might strike the global 10% baseline, but allow specific reciprocal tariffs tied to emergencies like fentanyl or specific trade deficits. Can I ask everyone to make sure you have hit the like button? I don't see anyone in the comments section. Just let me know you're here. Just say hi in the comments. Tell me where you're from. We're 57 minutes away. Just let me know you are here watching. I do see we do have 200 plus viewers, but no one is commenting. Do drop a comment if you are live with us right now. We're 46 seconds away from potentially getting this. So we're going to make sure we cover all bases here. Let me get all the news set up from Bloomberg and everywhere else to make sure we've got this. Let me know if you're here. How the decision impact gold? Well, I reckon gold can benefit either way, to be honest. It can benefit from the uncertainty. It can benefit from, I would say it would benefit more if the tariffs don't stand. Sorry, if the tariffs stay, I think it'll benefit more. A ruling against the tariffs acts as a massive detaxing of the consumer directionary industrial sector. If you had the newsletter, you could have read all of this, what it means for specific sectors. But let's go over to breaking news and see if we've got that information for you. Bloomberg are on a break right now. Let's go over to some news sources. Let's give them a refresh. Let's see if anyone is covering this yet. I don't know why that's showing there. Let's go to Reuters news agency. Nothing come in yet. Lower courts ruled Trump exceeded. I think we've got some breaking news coming with us. Let's go over to Bloomberg from
swift
here.
Trials and executions. The BBC's Lise Doucette.
Grisly images are emerging, messages are emerging through the technical creativity and the courage of Iranians, and even the partial picture which is emerging is absolutely chilling. Doctors telling us that hospitals are overwhelmed, those ghastly videos of open-air morgues where people desperately searching.
A U.S. official says some personnel at a key U.S. military base in Qatar have been advised to evacuate after a senior Iranian official brought up an attack there in June. President Trump has posted to Truth Social, anything less than having Greenland in U.S. hands is unacceptable. His remarks ahead of a meeting between officials from Greenland, Denmark, and Vice President Vance this afternoon. Danish political analyst Noah Reddington.
All people in Denmark are really afraid, really concerned, also in Greenland, that the Danish and the Greenland
I'm trying to get the news for you now.
For an ultimatum. This is take it or leave it, and also that they will be completely thrown under the bus by J.D. Vance and insulted and humiliated.
Nurses are walking picket lines outside major hospitals in New York City for day number 3. CBS's Christina Fan.
The nearly 15,000 nurses who are striking say they continue to demand better staffing levels, health care benefits, and improvements to workplace safety. Montefiore, meanwhile, says it has rolled out several key programs to keep nurses safe while offering free health insurance and no premiums.
2 of the country's largest measles outbreaks are growing. CBS's Jim Krasula.
The South Carolina Department
I don't think anything's come in yet. Bloomberg aren't covering this as of right now. We're going to keep an eye on it. We'll go back to the analysis. Let me know if anyone else has got anything. Let's keep an eye on here. 70% chance the Supreme Court rules against Trump's tariffs here. We'll go to Polymarket in a second. I just want to see if it has been released. I think this is a sign that it will be released. Otherwise, we would have said it's not. Let's keep an eye on all of this. Let me go to your comments. Marie says CNBC. We cannot stream CNBC on YouTube. Let me just have a look elsewhere for a second. Let's give it a few more minutes for this news to filter out. Let me give this a few more minutes. We'll give it a bit of time just for that news to come out. We were expecting it to be on the hour. We haven't got it yet. Let me see if I can get any more news. Let's have a look at a few of these sources. Are we getting anything out right now? Let's go over to Sky News as well. Nothing is out yet. We are watching and waiting for the tariff decision. Stay with us. Stay with us. This is a breaking story. I just want to make sure we are covering all outlets. What is the news? We don't know yet. We don't know what's happened with the tariffs yet. I would have expected Bloomberg to have something on it, but I don't think the news has broken it just yet. Let's keep an eye on all of this. Let's go live. Fox News isn't covering it either. I don't think anywhere is covering it just yet. Okay, what we're going to do is go back to our analysis and wait a little bit longer. Okay, let's go over here. Opinions are already released for today, but no tariff decision is there. Is that we will wait another 8 minutes to see if that filters out. Let's see if the Supreme Court opinions are out. Supreme Court opinions. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. Anyway, so if you have just tuned in, we are waiting for the Supreme Court decision. Whether it's today or another day, let's analyze it in about 8 minutes' time. We'll know whether it is coming out or if it isn't coming out. So let me give you all the news. This is within our very own newsletter. The link is in the live chat. So we were expecting it any second now. If not, we'll have to look at when the next opinions are released. A lot of people were expecting it to be today. The constitutional conflict, emergency versus authority, that's the specific power used. Impact analysis, 3 market scenarios. So there's 3 ways this can go, in my opinion. The first way this can go would be the court decides that IEEPA does not grant the president the power to impose broad tariffs. The result is the 10% global baseline and reciprocal hikes are dismantled. The market impact is broad on sentiment. Importers see immediate margin expansion, and the policy uncertainty premium that has weighed on retail and tech evaporates. I'm just going to tune in and see if Martyn is still live. Let's see if Martyn is still live. I can't see it. Okay. I just want to update Martyn on the situation. We've got 6 minutes. Let's see if it comes out or not. So the first way is a clean strike. The tariff rules unlawful. So that's one of the ways the Supreme Court ruling can go. What does that mean? If tariffs are ruled unlawful, well, actually, I would expect the market to pump. And so would analysts. So if the court decides that IEEPA does not grant the president the power to impose tariffs, the result is the 10% global baseline and reciprocal hikes are dismantled. The market impact will be broad risk on sentiment. Importers see immediate margin expansion, and the policy uncertainty premium that has weighed on retail and tech evaporates. Currency, the dollar will likely soften as the trade war premium fades. So in this instance, gold would also go up, because if the dollar's fading, that money, gold will become more valuable. Then we've got number 2, which is the status quo. This is what most people expect. The court grants the presidential board latitude to define national emergencies and to use tariffs as a tool. That's business as usual. The current tariffs will remain locked in. No refunds will be issued. The market impact will be defense sectors outperform. That's with Coca-Cola's of the world. Inflation expectations reset higher as tariffs are now viewed as permanent sticky feature of the US economy. And equity sectors like retail and electronics, you will probably see a small a dump in the markets for them, because they're most worstly affected by tariffs. Then number 3, we've got the legal split, so a partial strike down. The ruling will be a national the Sensei, a Supreme Court ruling in favor of tariffs would mean our constitution means nothing. Thank you, Guy, for your thoughts. I know people have strong opinions on both sides of this. The legal split. The ruling, a narrow decision. The court might strike the global 10% baseline, but allow specific reciprocal tariffs tied to emergencies like fentanyl or specific trade deficits. The result will be a patchwork of legal challenges continue. Market impact, high volatility. Markets remain in a wait and see mode as supply chain lawyers spend months determining which product qualifies for relief. So those are the three main options you can get in a system like in a situation like this. We are waiting to see if that decision will come out. There is a chance it won't come out today. So what does this mean for specific stocks? What we're actually going to do is go to the poly market in a second. Let me go back to live chat, see what everyone's saying. It's Tony. The sources. We write the newsletter. We compile. I've got access to all sorts of news. We compile it all. If there's specific areas that I want to tell you where we got the information from, you can see the source within the newsletter. So go and check out the newsletter. It's free to enter, free for all, and it's there. The link is there. There's also a premium plan. You can go and check it out. It's in the live chat right now. I'll pin it as well. If you don't have the newsletter yet, go and check it out. The sources we compile. Look, there's so many news channels out there full of ads, full of paid actors. I go through all of them, figure out the details, research it in many other ways, and I then I sent the message above, and then I put it together. Let me just see. It's Antony says I sent the message above. Oh right, the message above. Extra US withdrawing some personnel from major US bases in Middle East as a precaution given elevated regional tensions, US official says. Let's see if we can see this. Human being Liz. Yes, we're live now. Welcome into the show. I think we're going to add a couple minutes to this because we are just waiting for the decision. It can sometimes take a bit longer. I'll give it 10 minutes, and then if not, we will do a different analysis. Let me go to the live chat. Let me bring up the poly market as well, because poly market will give us some indication on which way if no one's seen this before, I'm sure everyone's heard of it by now. It's poly market. It's where people bet on all sorts of things, but it's a good way to gauge what's going to happen. So let's look for the one about tariffs. Tariffs here. Will the Supreme Court rule on tariffs by? Yeah, there's an 89% chance it'll be this month. Is it going to be today? The chances are dropping that it's going to be today. And the longer we go on, the chances of it being today are dropping. There's still a chance today. I want to see. Let's go to, I don't think it's coming out today. Let's go on to breaking. Okay, yeah, it does look like we have chances of war going up right now. We've got chances of Iran to strike Qatar by January 1st, now 34%. Israel or US to target Tehran, that's gone up, that's 65% now. In Jan, over 20% on Friday. Oh, wow. We've got all sorts going on. Iran strike on US military by January 31st. Yeah, the odds are going up. That person who did give us some, it's just a prediction. Yeah, it's prediction markers, but people are actually betting their own money. This. Oh, why am I frozen? Can everyone still hear me? Yes, I think everyone can still hear me. Let me go down and see. Okay, Supreme Court rules in favor of Trump's tariffs. So there is actually only a 27% chance that the Supreme Court would rule in favor of Trump's tariffs. That's not very high. So in that case, we go back to our newsletter. So there's only a 29% chance the Supreme Court rules in favor of the tariffs. So what that would mean is the odds are actually we get this, the clean strike option, where the ruling is they do not grant the president the power to impose broad tariffs. The result would be a 10%, the 10% global baseline and reciprocal hike are dismantled, and we could actually get that as a liquidity into the market. So broad risk on sentiment, people would want to buy crypto stocks, importers see immediate margin expansion, and policy uncertainty premium has that as weighed on retail and tech evaporate. So we might actually get a pump And it does look like that would be the most likely option right now if we are looking at the markets here. Supreme Court rules in favor of Trump's tariffs. There's a 29% chance of that, and that's actually good for the markets. I know some people would say that's not good for Trump and him, but I would say it's good for the markets. If you have just tuned in, please do hit the like button. Martyn does even live phone in now. Martyn's doing a live phone in. I don't. Mentioned. Okay. So yeah, in 6 minutes we'll have a very good understanding whether it's come out today or not. If we're waiting for that news to filter through. But the main point is, whenever it does come out, right now the chances of it being ruled in favor of Trump are not very high. But that's actually good for the markets because we'll get a liquidity expansion. Let's have a look at some of these other things going on in the poly market. It does look like the chances of a US strike on Iran are heading up. Here we go. Let's look at this one over here. US strikes Iran buy. Today, there is a 10% chance we get a strike today. Tomorrow, 22%. By the 16th, 35%. By the 31st of January, by the end of this month, which is only 15 days away, we are looking at a 71% chance. So the chance is pretty certain at this point, a 75% chance that we get a strike on Iran. So what would that mean? That would probably mean a little bit of uncertainty in the market. We always get sort of initial downturn, and depending how bad it is, the market might recover or go further down. So do keep an eye out if you do have trades open or leverage longs, that there is always things that can happen that bring it down, of course. This is the prediction market. No one knows for sure, but you can try and tell the percentage chance of things happening. It's a very good indicator. I do like to use it. But you can see a 71% chance that there's a strike on Iran by January the 31st, 10% chances today, and a 50% chance that it is by the end of the week. So that is increasing as we speak. If we go over to there, yeah, people are still buying this as we speak. Did you say something about XRP, or he just talked about stablecoins, right? Human being Liz. Yes. As I said, I know Martyn might have a different view, but as I said, I don't think XRP would have been mentioned in the Bank of America earnings. Correct. No decision today. Okay. Well, let's give it another few minutes and then confirm that. But it does look like there won't be a decision today. What else do we have here? Odds that the supreme leader of Iran is out in January is over 20% on Friday. Okay, that makes sense. That's not actually that's betting on a bet. This is extreme. Poly market is extreme. That's betting on a bet. Oh God. Iran strikes on US military, but okay, it looks like there's a 43% chance now that Iran will strike a US military site by January the 1st. Of course, I do not condone gambling at all. I'm just looking at the data. I don't do this to gamble. I look at the data. The Supreme Court ruling, it doesn't look like it's going to be today, but there is a very high chance it will be this month. It was speculated a lot to be today, but it was not. It doesn't look like that. Let's wait another 3 minutes. Martyn sent me. Says someone else. Right. Okay. Oh, are we live with Martyn? Let me just go over to Martyn over here.
I'm going to quickly jump in and see if I can call into Sensei's show just for a little bit of a laugh. How many newsletters? Sensei Opus, Sensei call in. There it is. Right.
We have Martyn on the show.
How are you, mate? How are you? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm brilliant, mate. I'm bloody brilliant. It's what a day. The moment they mentioned Ripple, boom, there it was again. My sources, solid from Bank of America, solid. Sensei, we're going to hand everyone over to you now. You've got a great story. Trump's tariffs. Am I still coming through all right? Yeah, I think I am. Yeah. Trump's tariffs. I'm sure you got some great news there. I've got 600 people still with me. I'm about to send them to you. Have a wonderful show, everybody, with Sensei. How long are you live for, Sensei?
Well, we're going to wait and see if the tariff decision comes in the next couple of minutes, and then we'll go live. We'll answer everyone's questions, anything about XRP. So we'll stay live for a little while.
Spot on. Have a great show. Thank you, Sensei, for everything you do. Just a little bit of a thing between me and Sensei, Vaz and Casey, the team. We just passed 100,000 views in 48 hours. It's one of our records, and our subscribers on a record today as well. So thank all of you, all members, all subscribers, all viewers. Now enjoy. XRP is rallying. All it took was a mention. Imagine the day when they say XRP. Anyway, Sensei, I'll hand it back to you. Thank you very much. I'll send everyone over to you now. Have a great show. Cheers, mate.
Thank you very much, Martyn. Okay, look, this is exciting. We're going to get everyone over here in a second. Okay, I don't think we're getting the tariff ruling, however. Let me answer all your questions. Let's do some charts. I do want to mention the newsletter as well, because we do have the full analysis there as well. There's Martyn. He'll be finishing up his show. Let's just listen in.
Oh, cheers, mate.
Thank you very much, Martyn.
There we go.
Okay, look. This is exciting. We're going to get everyone.
So there we go. We're now going to send everyone to the show. Thank you so much indeed, folks. That's it. I'm out of here. Have a wonderful day with Sensei. Be good. Behave yourself.
Guys, let me know in the chat. Did they say Ripple? Did they say Ripple on the call? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Okay, so I don't know why this keeps coming up. I've got subscriptions to every single one. It's just not logged in. Let's just put this for 2 minutes while everyone comes in, and then we will, I don't think it's coming out, but let's just give it 2 more minutes. Is everyone here? Has everyone joined for Martyn's show? If you're here, let me know. If you've joined, let me know. Let me just move these across. Let me bring Quali Market on. We're just having a bit of fun now, and looking at all of these betting markets. Are we all here? Let me know in the chat. No. Oh, no, they didn't. Thanks, Martyn. Yolanda, no Ripple. They mentioned stablecoins, not Ripple specifically. No, just stablecoins. Okay, thank you, everyone. Yeah, let me know in the chat. Did they mention Ripple XRP? Give me a yes, give me a no in the chat. Let me know. Is everyone coming over now? Has everyone made it in? I think everyone's made it in. If you have just come in from the Bank of America stream, let me know in the chat. Did they mention XRP? Did they mention Ripple? Let me know in the chat. Yes or no? Yes or no? No. Yolanda says no. William Bond says no. Vice says they mentioned stablecoins, not Ripple specifically. No. Victoria says no. They mentioned stablecoins, not Ripple specifically. No, just stablecoin. Yes. We've got a couple yeses in the chat. Super yes or no. What's going on? Damien says they said stablecoin. No, they didn't say anything about Ripple or the stablecoin. Mickey says no mention of XRP or Ripple. Yeah, as I said, I didn't think they would mention XRP or Ripple. Again, I think one day, as Martyn says, they will. I don't think they will yet. Always worth listening into. We always love it when Bank of America go live, because it's the company with the most patents. No, they said stablecoins. Yes, I'm here, says Matthew. Yes. Bloomberg said they're not ruling on tariffs today. I'll give you my thoughts in just a second. But that's Martyn. Here, Sensei. Hello, Sensei. They mentioned you and Martyn. Did they mention us? Did they mention us? They mentioned Martyn Lucas Investors, did they? Only mentioned stablecoins. Thank you, David. Let me tell you all about tariffs in a second. If you weren't here in the stream, I'll give you a rundown on that. Sensei, what would be the next news event to move XRP upwards, or do you expect it to bounce between 199 and 220? I'll answer that in a second. Okay, so that time has run out. Let me put that here. Tariff decision in. Okay, I'm actually going to do something. Let's do something for a. Oh, that's just jumped down to 0. What's happened there? What's? Oh no, we're all good. We're all good. I'm going to try something here. Let's do a sale, and when I finish this, I want to tell everyone about the newsletter and the features coming out this week, and we're going to run a sale as well, and then I'll tell everyone about XRP as well. Let me just put that on the screen. Let me add in a timer as well. Let's do this for just half an hour. We're only going to do a quick one. Whoever's managed to be here is lucky. 1600. Okay, thank you everyone for tuning in. Let me tell you everything about the tariffs as well. So you have just tuned in to a show where we were looking for tariffs. and that Supreme Court ruling. So thank you everyone for tuning in. The first thing I ask you to do is please do hit that like button. Please do subscribe. I asked everyone in the chat, did they mention Ripple or XRP? Everyone's saying no, 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 no. But Martyn has clarified. He meant to say stable coins. I understand. Okay, okay. Supreme Court. Yeah, I'll tell you about Supreme Court in a second. Thank you, Martyn. Oops, my mistake. I meant stable coins. Okay, thank you very much for clarifying. Stablecoins and efficiency was a topic. I was like, they mentioned Ripple. I need to buy in. Just stablecoins. Yeah, I think they'll mention Ripple one day. No mention of XRP or Ripple. Okay, we'll have a look at the XRP chart in a second. It was the hardest question. He had all Q&A session and only one he hesitated on. Oh, really? Yeah, that shows a lot if he hesitates on that question. It means there's a lot going on behind the scenes. MCX says, Sensei, you may have better luck with XRP than Martyn. I don't know what you mean by that. Breaking news, Supreme Court decision is, yeah, I'll tell you in a second. Good luck. We're just about to hit 300,000, all from 5,000. How about that? We love it. I'm looking to do the same. So thank you everyone for tuning in. My name's Sensei. I do the morning forecast show. I sometimes do random shows as well. And today we did a random show. It wasn't a random show. It was the tariff decision. So we're waiting for the Supreme Court ruling. There was a lot of speculation it would be today. I'm going to give you all the information, but it does not look like it's going to be released today in this show. But there's a lot I want to tell you about. I want to tell you about the XRP chart. I want to tell you about the strike on Iran from the US, people moving out the Middle East. We've got the odds over here. I'm going to tell you about the tariff decision because that's very likely to happen this month, and I want you all to be prepared for it. I also want to tell you any thoughts on Bank of America's price currently. If you're subscribed to newsletters, send me a message and I will do it. I just, if you want to do a super chat, we can do a $10 request, but right now I can't do a chart request, Cameron. But thank you very much for the super chat. They mentioned Martin Lucas is always winning, did they? Okay, so let me tell you all about it. Tariff ruling doesn't seem like it's coming out right now. Let's go straight to our very own newsletter and I'll tell you what the analysis was. Where did that go? Let me move it from over here to over here. Okay, so we put out a newsletter on this. This will apply for whenever it does come out. I don't know why that's gone down. I apologize. I think I've just got rid of something that I needed. Let me just bring that back up, or I'll just ignore it for now. Let me just ignore it for now. That's just a little bit annoying, but we'll ignore it for now. We'll ignore it for now. So this, 1 second, please. Okay, so the tariffs. The Supreme Court was set to release the opinions today at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. They did not release it, but let me tell you all about it. They didn't release it, but I'll tell you all about it. The tariff is postponed. It's not being released today. Do not expect it. It's done. It's finished. We gave it enough time. It's not coming out anymore. There we go. That's much better. This is the definitive legal macro event of the year, centering on whether President Trump had the constitutional authority to rewrite the US tariff code using emergency powers. I'm not going to go through the full newsletter. I'm going to tell you the main points, and then I'll tell you about XRP and my thoughts on that as well. The issue is the power that President Trump used shouldn't have been used for this. The market is expecting it to not go in Trump's favor. In fact, we looked at the odds within the market as well. If we go back and look over here, Supreme Court rules in favor of Trump's tariffs. There's actually only a 30%. Oh, that's just popped up, by the way. That's just popped up right now. It was just 27%. Now it's 30%. There's some insider trades going on now. There's a 30% chance that the Supreme Court rules in favor of Trump. That is not very high at all. I'm just going to lower this. That is not very high at all. That's the Supreme Court rule in favor of Trump. So what does that mean if they don't rule in favor of Trump? Well, if we go back to our newsletter, we've given you 3 market scenarios. Scenario 1, no decision yet. Guys, no decision right now. No decision right now. Can the market pump? When will we know? every day, or I think every few days, the Supreme Court releases their opinions, and you have to look within those opinions. They weren't in today. So three market scenarios that can emerge from the tariffs. Number one, the clean strike. The ruling, the court decides the IEPPA does not grant the president the power to impose broad tariffs. The result, the 10% global baseline and reciprocal hikes are dismantled. The market impact is broad risk-on sentiment. Importers see immediate margin expansion, and the policy uncertainty premium that has weighed on retail and tech evaporates. The US dollar likely softens and the trade war premium fades. So if they take away the tariff, yes, it brings some uncertainty. Yes, Trump will probably come back for more in a different way, but it is actually good for the market. It means that baseline tariff's gone, things are cheaper, everyone will start buying again, and the risk-on sentiment will be back. That's XRP mooning, that's Bitcoin going up, that's the stock market going up, and specific stocks will go up more than others. But if the tariffs do get removed, the market will go up. And right now, that is the most likely option, is that the tariffs will get delayed. Something just fell from the shed ceiling. The status quo, tariffs upheld. If this is what happens, again, a lot of people saying this is more likely, but the markets aren't saying this is more likely. The ruling is the president president's broad latitude to define national emergencies and use tariffs as a tool. He's allowed to do it. Everything remains in place. Refunds aren't issued. The defense sector will outperform. That's the Coca-Colas of the world. The inflation expectations might not be as good because tariffs affect inflation. And then high-performing sectors that would really do with tariffs being lower, like retail and electronics, they might be discounted because they didn't get the tariffs being overruled. There is a third option here. There's the legal split. I'm going to put a poll in the chat. Will the Supreme Court block tariffs? It's 50-50, guys. Will the Supreme Court block tariffs? Yes or no? Vote in the live poll. The legal split, the ruling, a narrow decision. The court might strike global 10% baseline, but allow specific reciprocal tariffs tied to emergencies like fentanyl or specific trade deficits. The result would be a patchwork of legal challenges continues. Market impact, high volatility, markets remain in a wait and see mode. As supply chain lawyers spend months determining which products qualify for relief. So those are the three main options. The most likely option is they get removed and the markets rally, then Trump comes back with something else. But in the meantime, we've got the issue of a war, as well as we want to look into XRP. So let me come on to that. Let me just tell you, I haven't even told you what that is on the bottom left. Let me give you the link for that. For today only, we're going to do it for the Supreme Court ruling. It didn't come out, but I know a lot of people have asked me this, have been asking me in the newsletter and in the live chat. You want a discount. We don't do this very often. I was going to do it for the special event. I thought we'll be pumping because the Supreme Court would have ruled, I think will rule against the tariffs. If you look at I don't know, I'm not a lawyer, but I know a lot of lawyers. If you look at the legality, it doesn't seem like the Supreme Court would rule in favor of President Trump. The markets don't think they'll rule the markets don't look like they will be. The market's not pricing in that Trump will win. It looks like the Supreme Court will rule against President Trump. So the general idea is that President Trump's tariffs won't stand. Maybe he'll come back for more, but initially we would expect a pump. So I was expecting that to happen. And because a lot of people want to get access to newsletter and have been asking for a code, I thought I'll give it to everyone rather than just one person in general, because that person kept asking me, and I know a lot of other people have been asking. So today only for the next 17 minutes. I know that person's here right now, so he can take advantage of it. But for the next 17 minutes, if anyone else wants to, we'll limit it at 5 people only. That limit, I think I put in place. Yeah, 5 people only, or the next 17 minutes, whichever one comes first, 25% off the newsletter. Let me put that in the live chat. This is a special code right now only. We'll replace that. So that's now in the chat. I'm going to copy that as well, just to let everyone know. I'll explain what the newsletter is in a second, but I just want to make sure that person manages to get it, and at least everyone can get it as well. Well, 5 people can. And that's in the chat. That's 25% off the newsletter. That's off the annual plan. and you can go and check it out. It's for the first 5 people, so I don't know how many people are waiting. Maybe it sells out in a second, maybe it doesn't sell out, and in 17 minutes time it's not available anymore. But if you have wanted to get the newsletter, there's the discount. So the court ruling is expected to be against President Trump. That's a 33% chance. What will happen if the ruling is against President Trump, or if we go to our very own newsletter, you can see that would basically mean the markets will pump. What sectors will do better? A ruling against tariffs, that's the most expected likelihood, acts as a massive detaxing of the consumer, discretionary, and industrial sectors. Retail and apparel, the high exposure group, companies like Walmart, Target, Best Buy, Nike, Lululemon have the most at stake. These firms have been managing a 10 to 25% cost wedge on import goods. A strike down would trigger immediate margin relief and potential earnings upgrades. Industrials, the input cost group, Caterpillar, Ford, GM rely on imported components. So remember, guys, we need to really start making some money in 2026. And how do we do that? Well, we start doing that by proper research. What sectors do better? What individual stocks do better? Let's start comparing those stocks, and that's what's going to happen in the portfolio challenge. But you can see how you can dive deeper and deeper and deeper. Industrials, these sectors will do better if the tariffs are ruled against. Higher tariffs have been a drag on domestic production costs. Relief here improves the competitiveness of US manufacturing. Domestic safe havens, if the tariffs are upheld, so if they're upheld, look, the newsletter is really breaking that down for you. If they're kept, if they're upheld, if they're removed, what sectors do well, what stocks do well. Domestic safe havens. If the tariffs are upheld, domestic focus players like Tesla, Lockheed Martin, utilities act as relative hedges, as they are insulated from import cost shocks and benefit from a more protected domestic market. The refund factor, this is a little thing that can happen as well. A refund, this is arguably the most significant short-term catalyst. If the court strikes down, the tariffs duties paid since early 2025 become refundable. This isn't, I know a lot of people think tariffs affect other countries. In a sense they do, but the people paying that money are US businesses. They might be getting $150 billion back. The mechanics. US Customs is transitioning to an all-electric refund system starting February the 6th of 2026. The move is widely viewed as preparation for high-volume refund events. The recipients, these refunds aren't automatic for everyone. The primary benefit firms that aggressively filed protests or joint litigation to preserve their rights. For those companies, a refund acts as a one-time cash injection that can be used as debt reduction, capex, or buybacks. So all these companies, especially the ones that have been suing the US government, they will get a refund and they can put that money back in their business. That's a massive boost to these stocks. And then obviously the contingency is I don't think Trump will stop. So it is important to know that even if the court strikes down the tariffs, which we expect, the president still holds authority under other laws. Section 232, 301, 122. We'll be covering the story. I'll give you more insights in this in the newsletter next time we think it's likely. But that newsletter lives on the website now, sensei.news. You can go into the archive and you can see those special events we do as well. We do the XRP weekly. That lives on the newsletter as well. Last week, we covered major stories. Every single week, we've been doing the chart watch. The chart watch is where I give you my thoughts on XRP for the week. 4 out of 4, spot on. We've made about 120, 150% on XRP over the last 4 weeks. That's by the specific trades we've done, very clearly laid out. I don't give financial advice. I don't give alerts, but I try and teach you so you can do this for yourself. We had the big story about Ripple gaining UK regulatory license, the XRP ETF volume, money flowing out of Bitcoin, money flowing out of Ethereum, coming into XRP. That was a massive story. And then also RLUSD. But yeah, the chart watch, you can get it in the newsletter every single Sunday that comes out. There's a poll, so always go and make sure you check that out as well. Let me go to Polymarket, but we've got 12 minutes left for the sale. It does take a few minutes for you guys to go through the authentication. So let me just tell you what's in that newsletter. Every single day, you get a market headline newsletter. What is that? Well, it's about 5 hours of research put into a 10-minute read. Every single morning, you get a newsletter which starts with a very quick brief. Then you get Then you get the market, the fear and greed index straight away. You get the number that matters, one number that you need to know every single day that's important. You get those 5 stories. I'll actually show you one of the daily newsletters. This comes out every day. We never miss a day. If I show you today's newsletter, you can see you get the top stories at a glance. All of these stories straight away. You know what's going on in the market 2 hours before the opening bell. You get the one big thing. What's the most important thing you need to know today? The fear and greed index, the number that matters, the winners versus the losers. See what's trending in the market snapshot, and then you go into the deeper dive. So you get the 5 things you need to know. What are the 5 top stories? You get 2 paragraphs, my thoughts on each and every one of these stories. You get this every day. I guarantee you, if you read this newsletter for 3 months in a row, you will be so knowledgeable. Your trades will be so much more informed because you actually know what's going on in the world. You're keeping up to date with the news. And it's not X news. Remember, people go crazy on X. They try and get their news from there. It's just full of fake news, engagement baits. It's not all of these other news agencies, which are just full of ads and they've got a lot of opinion pieces. This is my work. No one sponsors it. It's all fan funded from you guys. So we've got the Bitcoin, BitGo IPO. There's a story there for that. The Netflix. Today, we actually had 2 deep dives. So you also get the deep dives. Deep dive number 1 was about the data release, everything you need to know about PPI, what levels I'm buying. You get the consensus, and very easily you can see what numbers are good, what numbers are bad. You have the Bank of America XRP story, where we covered everything you need to know for that. You have at the bottom of the newsletter, you have the chart of the day as well. Every single day you get the chart I'm looking at. Today was XRP, and we were annotating that. So you get that as a premium member. What else do you get? Well, let me go over to this over here. You've got 10 minutes to take advantage of the 25%. We've got a troll in the chat. Yeah, you got 25% off, and you've got 10 minutes to take advantage of that. Yes, there is a monthly plan you can go for. There is a free plan as well. There's a lot in the free plan. But if you want the premium tier and you want everything, you can get one-on-one DM access with me. You can get the full chart training course. You can get the $5,000 to $300,000 challenge we're doing, or 5,000 to whatever we can get it up to. You get the detailed breakdowns, you get the deep analysis, you get expert written specialist emerging tech. Vaz sometimes writes some. We've got someone else coming on board to do more of them as well. You get the Portfolio Insights app. You'll be first in line for that when that comes out. The budget planner, debt planner, you get all of that as part of your subscription. And of course, you support the show. You get 25% off for the next 9 minutes. Go and check it out. How do you do it? I know some people get confused. If you click the link, you just have to type in your email. Once you've put in your email, then what you can do is you can choose the monthly plan, the annual plan. Annual plan is where you get the 25% off. There is a free plan as well. So there's a plan for everyone. Let's go back into your questions. What time will the court be live? Ascend, we have just covered it. Essentially, it has not come out today. We were covering it. We're waiting for it. It hasn't come out today. Thanks for the discount. Invested in the yearly plan. Stacey McFancy. There we go. Is that our first one? Let me know in the chat if you've done it. I know there's only 5 available, so it might already be selling out. There's only 5 available, and it ends in 8 minutes anyway. So, Stacey, thank you very much. You're going to get access to everything. Make sure you DM me whenever you have a question. Make sure you take advantage of everything. If you've got the app, you can join into the community discussions. All premium members have access to the chat where I drop in breaking news. We discuss ideas. Anyone can ask questions. Most people would like to one-on-one DM me, but there's a lot going on in that chat as well. So take advantage of that as well. Oracle and Broadcom getting hammered. We'll have a look at that in a second. I've got a cup of coffee and seem to have missed the court ruling. The court ruling didn't happen. It has not happened today, and I don't expect it to happen anymore. It's already been released for today. Bear market, right? Remember that. Remember what? Yeah, I called. Are you talking about me? We've traded this market exceptionally well. We bought XRP at 30 cents. We took it up to $2.30. We bought at $2. We took it up to $3. We bought at $2. We took it up to $2.30. We did all those trades. We sold 20% of our spot bag at $3.40. We made all the money from within the trades. We called a big drop at around $3. We went all the way down to $1.60. We bought $1.60. We took it up to $2.30. Recently, in the XRP weekly, we identified the double bottom at $1.83. We took it up to $2. We bought at $1.83 again on the breakout of the trend. Then we took it up to $2, then $2.30. Then we said $2.30. We're going to come back down to $2.05. We bought at $2.05. I don't know where we're at now, but the next trade is essentially taking it back up to $2.30. So I don't know what you mean. And that's all going to be shared on newsletter. I want to also show you that this trading, we're starting the 5K challenge. So this week you'll see, I think I dropped my phone. This week you will see the portfolio challenge start. Martyn managed to do it, and I think we can do it too. So I've funded the account with 5,000. Let me see if I can show you. And this is going to start kicking off now. Let me just show you. How do I bring this up? Oh God. Okay, here we go. Yeah, you can see 5,000 is now funded on the account. And what we're going to be doing, actually, I'll share this with you. I've already written the post. I just haven't sent it out because we are trying to do all of it. Do I have the post ready to show you guys? I'm going to be telling you exactly what we're doing for that challenge. I'm going to show you something behind the scenes now. I'll tell you exactly what the challenge is all about. There we go. This is behind the scenes. I hope I don't share anything I shouldn't. Here we go. Let me go over to our drafts that we've written. Okay, I think I can show you this. I'm going to answer all your questions and do any, I know a lot of people want to know about XRP, so I'll let you guys know about that in a second as well. So yeah, this hasn't been sent out. It's sort of still a draft, but we're looking at doing the £5,000 portfolio challenge entry. So I'm welcoming you all in. I'm telling you what the mission is all about. This is going to go to all premium members, but essentially it's going to be so in-depth, but very easy to understand. I'm not just looking at baseline metrics on a balance sheet, just seeing what the debt position is or what the, that's just very surface level. Anyone can do that. And most of the time it's just wrong data anyway, skewed to make the company look good. What I'm doing is, what we're going to be doing along with a team is sector analysis. So we're going to be looking at specific sectors, whether that's clothing, whether that's AI, whether that's energy, whether that's crypto. Sector analysis, looking at all of that, whether there's news coming out. Then we'll go into the company fundamentals. So there'll be a whole newsletter setting the scene of the sector. Has the sector got any tailwinds left? How is it doing? What's the capital flows? What's the regulation like? Then we look at the main companies within it. And then what I'll be doing is I'll be focusing on the free cash flow profitability. Is the business actually generating real cash? The ROIC versus the WACC. Is a company creating value or destroying it? The forward valuation, the earnings quality, the leverage and balance sheet risk, the management quality, all of these things. I'll be explaining these further as well. Then we'll go over to the charts. The fund technical analysis is very important. The prices never change. Positions are never averaged. Are not averaged blindly. I'm not doing DCA. If price does not reach the predefined zone, then the trade is not executed. So then we look at the chart and we set the plan up. So it's a 3-step process. The middle step is going to be the most complicated process, comparing all these stocks together. And then I'll tell you what the series is and isn't. This is not a signal service, and it's deliberately not one. What you're getting instead is direct access to research process shown in full. Every idea is built from sector analysis, company fundamentals, and structured chart work. You'll see how the ideas start, how they're refined, and how decisions are made. You'll get access to everything. All the trades I make, the monthly updates, the sector analysis, the company research. I'm actually going to let you guys who are premium within the newsletter. I'm going to have to increase this for a second. Otherwise, some people won't be able to sign up. I'll do it to the hour, and then we'll end. Yeah, so the premium members can ask me to have a look at specific stocks and sectors. I'll let you guys get involved in that as well. So you'll get all the deep dives, the portfolio ledger, the market perspectives. You'll get a Q&A and mythology. So you might get a live stream every week or a video coming out so I can answer all your questions as well. So that's all coming to the newsletter. So go and check it out. The mission is welcome to the Portfolio Challenge. This is a dedicated research series inside the newsletter designed to document how a £5,000 starting balance is deployed, managed, and evolved using discipline and high conviction growth framework. This is not a hypothetical model. This is not a back-tested perfection. This capital reflects real capital. So this portfolio reflects real capital, real analysis, and real decisions. The objective is simple. Turn £5,000 into as much as the market allows through disciplined research and execution. I'm not using margin. I'm doing it the hard way. So if you like the sound of that and you want to jump on, then go and take advantage of the 25% offer. It is only available for this event right now. We were going to do it because we thought Trump's tariffs were going to get overruled and we'll get a pump, but we're going to do it anyway because I know one person wanted it. So I thought I'd let everyone have it. 25% off the newsletter. That ends in 9 minutes. It also ends after 5 people sign up. Okay, so let me go back to your questions. That's a little insight. That post hasn't been sent out yet, but that's ready to send shortly to all. So if you had great time to join because you get to start at the 5,000 or when the journal is number 1. Let's go back to Polymarket. Let's see if any of these odds are jumping around. Will the Iranian regime fall by 2027? The chance is now 47%. Will the US will strike Iran by the 23rd of January? It's now a 63% chance. So there is more likely than not there will be US strikes on Iran. That will bring some volatility into the market. If that volatility if you are in a long trade at the moment, I'll be very careful because that volatility can suddenly bring the market down. I'm always very wary of people taking long trades with high leverage. Please be careful, especially with crypto. What else do we have? Raptors versus Pacers. This is we don't want to know about that. We want to know about politics. So let me see if I can go into Supreme. Yeah, this is changing at the moment. The Supreme Court rules in favor of Trump's tariffs. That has suddenly jumped. So someone's taking a big trade on that. I wonder if they know of anything. That's quite a large jump. The Supreme Court's rules in favor of Trump's tariff. There's a 35% chance of that. Let's go to the markets. So the market's crashing right now. The S&P 500 is now crashing. The S&P 500 is now down 0.98%. Let's go over to Bloomberg and see if there's any news coming out of the White House. Nothing coming from Bloomberg right now. No, it doesn't look like there's any breaking news there. We'll come back to, let's go to the markets again. The S&P 500 is in free fall right now. What's happened? US EIA crude inventories. We've got some oil news coming out. I don't think that would have moved the market. Let's see. I entered a gambling channel. No, not a gambling channel. It's very good insights when you can see what's going on. We're not gambling. Let me see. What's going on in the markets? Why are we crashing? Let me know in the chat. What's going on? We're down 1% now on the S&P 500. I don't think any news has come out. Let me know if you know in the chat. If you guys want to start asking questions in the live chat as well, I'll start answering them. Silver, what an amazing trade. I mean, guys, we've had some incredible trades and we're going to try and do more and more in the newsletter. I mean, I don't see why we can't continue doing these amazing trades. Silver at $20 now, it's at $91. Gold at 1,100, oh, 1,300. Now it's at 4,200. Bitcoin we're buying at 5,000, 20,000. Even this cycle, we've been buying it in the bear market at brilliant prices. XRP we caught at 30 cents. What stocks did we do? We did Rocket Lab at $10. We did Coinbase at $40. We've shortened MicroStrategy at the right time. We're now in an end-phase position potentially. Tilray, I wouldn't be touching actually. What else have we traded? McDonald's, we had some great trades on McDonald's as well. AMD we bought at $98. That's now at $219. Apple we've bought all down here at $200. Yeah, well, everything's quite high, but there's always a bull market somewhere. There's always opportunity, and I think we can keep getting these couple 100% gains. So I'm excited to start that portfolio challenge. That first email will be coming out soon. So you've got 4.5 minutes to sign up, and you can get 25% off right now. Okay, let's go to your comments. I don't know why the market's coming down right now. Yes. What about the tariffs? What time does the Supreme Court? Yeah. So we covered that before the Oh, I think we've got Martyn calling in. Yeah. The Supreme Court decision. Oh yes, we do. The Supreme Court decision was. We didn't get it today. Let me go over to Martyn. Martyn is calling in to the show. Welcome to the show, Martyn. Lovely to have you here.
Thank you, Sensei. Great show, great information as always. What a great deal for the newsletter. Everyone should be signing up for that today. I think you said 5, so they'll go in seconds. If you've not yet got that, make sure you do. I'm only going to be here for a second. Hate to say I told you so, but my portfolio is booming. The S&P is cracking. There is a crash coming. I've just had 2 texts from 2 CEOs who are selling their own shares. I'm not going to tell you who they are, but people are selling shares of their own companies today. I mean, that always goes on, but when I get these calls, I take them seriously. So the cracks are forming. The market will take a big dive. I don't know the exact day, of course, for end of February when the Japan raise their rate, which they will, could be a trigger. But there's lots of stuff going on. 40 times earnings, the S&P, the Mag 7, 30 times earnings, the S&P. I could go on all day. I've been saying the same thing over and over again. You saw me do it. You saw me sell the S&P. You saw me buy Coca-Cola. You saw today that Ripple bounced on that mention of stable coins. I apologize for the slip up. Ripple was not used, and immediately I corrected myself. Just got a bit excited, perhaps, maybe if I just say it and, will it, they'll say it. But of course, no, I'm the old school. I believe in getting it done, not, manifesting it like the kids do today. They didn't say it. They said stable coins. So, Sensei, how long are you thinking of going for? How long?
I don't think I'll be live too much longer.
Perfect. Can you send everyone to a premiere at 1:15 the hour? So that's 20 minutes from now, or would you prefer me to bring it a bit closer?
Yeah, bring it maybe if you can bring it a little bit closer, and then
5 past the hour, that gives you 10 minutes.
5 past the hour is perfect. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, guys. So what we've got 5 past the hour in 10 minutes is the moment Bank of America talked about stable coins. Now, I've made a video on it. I've put it up there. I think this is a very important moment. People went, well, that wasn't much of a pump, was it? Well, it wasn't much of a pump, but it was a change of a direction. We've got more conversation now from banks talking about this stuff. So just like the yen carry trade didn't suddenly go up massive. Nothing was dramatic, but the fact they're now raising rates rather than reducing rates and making them negative. This is a big important day. All right. So it goes live 5 past the hour, 9 minutes from now. In fact, 8 minutes from now. Sensei will send you to that. It will automatically go there. I'll put the link in the chat. You want to watch this moment. You may have already heard it, but if you listen to this moment, listen to the way Brian Moynihan, CEO, answers the question, and then perhaps you might want to share it around, because this is a great moment. It's a great moment. It's a great moment for all of my members as well and all the viewers, because Coca-Cola is booming. Money is going from the Mag 7 into defensive. Not any defensives. Look at J&J. It's also happening in J&J. That's one of my other top picks for the year. Enphase Energy going to $100. It's all happening, folks. I hate saying I told you so, but I like to be right, because then I'm helping people, right? I take my decisions very, very seriously. I know more and more people are following me, so I sit up late at night making sure I get this right. Sometimes I don't buy the very bottom. I mainly do. Sometimes I don't sell the very top. But I'm always winning, taking profits, using lots, always balancing. If you keep winning consistently and don't focus on massive wins, you always win. And my portfolio is now literally 298,507. It's about to hit 300,000. Remember, I started with $5,000. Everyone can do it. It's not about how much money you've got. The other day, one of our viewers, MSK, was asking how much money have you got, how much money you put in. Not important. That separates those that only start with $1. I started with nothing. We all start with nothing. So it's about the percentages. So I'll let you stay with Sensei. Sensei, nearly 1,000 people watching you now, mate. I'll say it went up by about 200 when I called in. I'm just saying. But anyway, doesn't matter. Listen, folks, it's the gold jacket. It's the gold jacket. You can buy it on my Amazon shop if you want. Sod it. Give them the link, Sensei. Everyone can go out and buy a gold jacket. I'm only joking. Well, I'm not. You can go and buy it if you want. Links are below in the description. Anyway, all joking aside, Sensei, before we start selling gold jackets, finish off the show. Great show. Everyone, get the newsletter. Sensei's just given you a discount. Only 5 of you are getting it. Fantastic. You might go, it's a couple $100 for the year, but that's like pennies a day. Have you worked it out, Sensei, what it is per day it costs for the newsletter?
Less than 50 cents, something like that.
50 cents. 50 cents, one trade, you're done for the year, right? Think about it. I mean, it's nuts that everyone doesn't get it. I get it. And mind you, I get it for free, to be fair. I get it for free and I don't mind that. It's good. I like it. I read it every day. I use it in all my trades. Seriously, everyone should get the newsletter. But in 7 minutes, come and see this. The moment things change, it's important. Share it on your social media. Tell everybody why this is important. Educate people. Winning, it's as simple. It's easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it. Sensei, I'll hand it back to you. Thank you very much, and have a great day. Cheers, mate.
Thank you very much. Maybe put a 5-minute countdown on the thing, just so, because everyone's complaining now. I need to answer everyone's questions. Put a 5-minute countdown on the premise.
I'll make it. Well, I can't put a 5-minute countdown. Oh, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Listen, Sensei, I'll do it 10 past the hour. Okay. Stop messing around.
Okay,
10 past the hour.
Thank you.
Answer all the questions. 5-minute bloody I'm not doing, mind you, I do it now as well. So fair enough, I do it as well. Listen, Sensei, you carry on. Answer everyone's questions. 10 past the hour. Make sure you all watch the premiere. Sensei, back to you, mate.
Thank you very much. Thank you, as always, Martyn. That was great to hear from Martyn. Again, as you saw, Martyn has got it right. So that sale is ending. I know I've put, let me just check if it has ended. I'll have to manually end it as the show ends. So you've still got a chance. You've still got a chance. So that sale is ending now. Go and check it out. Let me answer all your questions. If you haven't got the newsletter yet, final chance to get your 25% off. Okay, let me go at your questions. Ask me all the questions you want, and then I can answer them now. Yes, me too. Trump, where should my stop loss be? Chess, I don't know what you're talking about. I know a lot of people want to look at the XRP chart, so let me quickly bring that up. Where is the XRP chart? The market is down today. MicroStrategy is bouncing. Google's down 1.2%. Hood. A lot of these companies were expecting the court ruling to come out as well, and it never did. Today anyway. Nvidia's down 2%. AMC's down. Rivian down 8%. That might be an interesting one to have a look at. Let me go down into silver, still up 5.6% today. When is it going to hit $100? Let me know what your thoughts are. Gold up. Okay, let's go over to XRP. That's down slightly today. My thoughts on XRP, as I put in the newsletter, we do premium posts and also free posts on the chart for XRP. I am expecting XRP to hold above 108. Sorry, 200. God, I wish it was 108. $2.05, $2.08. That is the level of support. I am expecting this trade to take us back to $2.30. So I would say stop loss. Again, I don't give financial advice, but I think $2 is a pretty strong level of support. So I'd expect we'll bounce at $2 or $1.95. If we break below 195, then it gets dangerous because then it's 183, and then that's not strong anymore. So it'll probably be below. So 195 for me is maybe where I'd put a stop loss. What the Asian market's looking like since days. Thank you, human being. Liz Vocal Foster says just a pullback because no ruling. Wouldn't call it a crash. Yeah, I wouldn't call it a crash. I know. Sometimes I just get ahead of myself. The market was coming down quite quickly. The S&P 500 down 1% is pretty substantial. But yeah, it's because the ruling wasn't in favor. Diesel trade, or it didn't come out. Diesel Raider says, how do you set limit orders and stop loss in Robinhood? I don't understand vernacular. I'm new to stocks. I don't know, but I think you're in the US, so it might be slightly different. But let me see if I can guide you through it. If you go onto Robinhood, and then if you're buying a stock, let me just find a stock. Let me type in SBCE, and you press trade buy. Yeah. So for me, if you go on to, so you're on Robinhood, you then press trade. Oh, you're on Robinhood, then you press trade. Then you press, obviously, buy or sell. I press buy. Then it says number of shares. And on the top right where it says shares, on the top right it says shares. Top right, it's a drop-down menu. Then this menu shows up. I know I'm not showing you very well and my phone's very dirty, but then this menu comes up and it's probably mirrored. Once that menu comes up, you can press limit order or a stop order. You can put limit order to buy, and then if you press sell and then press the drop-down menu, you can put a limit order to buy or sell, depending on which way you do it. Sensei trade in the Delta Force team and went into Venezuela. No, I didn't. Caught on tariff and no ruling today, but the newsletter is on sensei.news. I don't think I sent it out as an email. I just put it on the website. Vocal Foster said, just go to Gemini, ask the same question to guide you. Again, sometimes that's wrong. Human Being Liz says, because they never come back up, or why do they sell? Dega says, good morning, Sensei. Diesel Raider says, thank you, Vocal. Diesel Raider says, Sensei, how should I set up a 401k? I'm not in the US. I'm not a tax advisor. I don't even know how you'd go about that. In the UK, it's pretty easy. An ISA, you just open Trading 212 and say open ISA and don't put more than £20,000 in and you're sorted. Human Being Liz says, thanks. Poor Man to Rich Man says, hi family, Star Sky, should we go in on silver right now or wait for the decision? Oh God, I've bought silver at $20. I wouldn't be buying it now. Urban Firewood says he's got 7 minutes now. Less coffee for Martyn. More coffee for Martyn. High energy investments. Here's a thought. Post your trades in the premium newsletter. Here's a thought. Post your trades in the premium newsletter. That's what I'll be doing. Again, I don't want to, it's not a trade alert thing. It's like, I want you guys to see the research behind it, why I'm choosing it, all of that sort of stuff. But yes, I guess my trades will be in the journal, in the newsletter. But that's not the point of it. Diesel Raider says, bloody, bloody, bloody. What do you mean? My friends don't care about this topic. Human Being Liz. Well, we are your friends and we do care. Knocking Star says, what's a good price to buy Enphase? Send me a message on Substack and then I'll answer you. C. Hess says XRP. XRP 10 past the hour. There is the premiere. 5 minutes until we go there. A few weeks ago, I asked the Lord for guidance on what to do. I had a dream that night, and I clearly heard and saw, don't sell your XRP. Wait till July. It's going to $22. JVM, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Okay. Fitty says, welcome. C. Hess says, thank you. Human Being Liz says, did I miss something about XRP thoughts? No, I just told you the chart. XRP is greening. Is XRP going up now? Yeah, XRP's had a real volatile day with the Bank of America. Yeah, it is not pumping, but it's going back up. Almost super sleepy. C. Hess says, what do you think about Canton Network and how far do you think it'll go this month? I don't look at that. I haven't looked at it. High Energy Investment says, Coinbase now has buy, sell limit orders. I think it always has High Energy Investments. Kevin says, I think your name is Kevin Huang. Yes, I can call you Kevin. Huang Vu 4773. Can I call you Kevin? I read some magazine about financial crypto asset. XRP will hit $2.7 this week. It could do, yeah. Human Being Liz will need some good news. Human Being Liz says, Kevin, the whole crypto moves a little. Silver is king right now. Yes, it is. JVM, you mustn't make mockery of the Lord. Yeah, no, please. Yeah, we don't want any mockery of God here. We respect each other. Thank you for explaining Robinhood. You're the man. Oh, Diesel Raider, of course. Sorry, it was very quick. I just don't know if your Robinhood's the same. But yeah, essentially you go buy or you press trade, and then whether you're buying or selling. So if you want to buy, you can put a limit order to buy. So you press buy. Then at the top right, you go limit order, and then you put your limit order in. Very excited about the portfolio challenge. What a great idea. Thank you. Ablam, thank you very much. Are you on the newsletter? Let me know what your newsletter name is, or send me a message in the newsletter. I want to see your thoughts. Abalm. I feel like I'm butchering your name. Okay, so the Trump decision wasn't out today. The Supreme Court decision, a lot of speculation that it would be out today. It wasn't out. The market's now down because it was anticipating that will end and the money will flow back to companies. We had the Bank of America earnings and we had the PPI. So big day today. Thank you for tuning in. Newsletter, it's still on sale. I'll give you guys maybe 10 minutes and then I'll shut it down after this stream ends. 25% off. The portfolio challenge is starting, 5,000 to as much as we can go. Full research, full newsletters, daily newsletters, XRP weekly newsletters, one-on-one DM access with me. You can join the chat with all the premium subscribers, share ideas. I always jump in there. I put breaking news there. The chart analysis course, that's 9 years of trading, all my mistakes, everything I've learned, it's all put into a video. And then we can stay on top of that with the weekly videos. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Go grab it. It's 25% off right now. I don't know if it's finished because it's hit the limit of 5, but if not, I don't think it would have. I don't think it would. Go and grab it. That is the link over there. It's on the annual plan. If you can't grab it at the moment, go get the free plan because there's still a lot of knowledge in there. Abel76 on Substack. Thank you very much, Abel. Send me a message and then let me know your thoughts about the challenge. It'll be lovely to connect with more of you. Huang says Dogecoin has ETF behind. The meme coin is special. Okay, this show will take you directly to the premiere. Stay where you are. Martyn's got a big premiere coming out now. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Go check out the newsletter. The link is in the live chat. Pinned is also the link for the XRP premiere. It will automatically take you there. Bye-bye.